The day my husband told me he was marrying another woman, something inside me didn't break. It went silent. Completely silent. No screaming. No fainting. No drama. Just silence. I remember staring at Daniel and wondering how a face I once loved so deeply could suddenly look like a stranger's. "We're getting married," Vivian had said gently, as if she were announcing good news. Getting married. The words echoed in my head again and again. I waited for Daniel to deny it, to correct her, to look ashamed. But he didn't. He just sat there calm, comfortable, certain. That was when I understood something painful. This had been happening for a long time. Long before I noticed. Long before I suspected. Maybe even long before he asked me to move to Lagos. My voice came out steady, surprising even me. "So, when were you going to tell me?" Daniel sighed like a tired teacher dealing with a stubborn child. "Amara, I didn't want to hurt you." I almost laughed. Didn't want to hurt me? After everything? I looked at Vivian. She avoided my eyes, suddenly interested in the floor. For the first time since she entered my life, she looked uncomfortable. Good. Because I felt like my entire life had been erased. I stood up slowly. "Congratulations," I said quietly. Both of them looked shocked. Maybe they expected me to beg, to cry, to fight for a man who had already left me emotionally. But I was too tired to fight. I walked into the bedroom and closed the door gently behind me. And that was when I finally cried. Not small tears. Not quiet sobs. I cried like someone mourning a death. Because something had died. The girl who believed sacrifice guaranteed love. The girl who thought loyalty meant forever. The girl who built a man hoping he would build a home with her. She was gone. I packed my things that night. Daniel watched silently from the doorway. "Where will you go?" he asked. The question almost made me laugh again. Years ago, I had asked myself that same question when I sacrificed everything for him. And I survived. "I'll figure it out," I replied. He nodded, relieved. Relieved. As if my leaving solved an inconvenience. Before stepping out, I turned to him one last time. "I hope she makes you happy," I said. He didn't answer. Maybe because deep down, he already knew happiness built on betrayal never lasts. The first months after leaving were the hardest of my life. I moved into a small single-room apartment. No air conditioner. No fancy furniture. Just a mattress and silence. At night, memories attacked me. The rain the day we met. The mango tree conversations. His graduation tears. All of it felt like a movie I once watched, not a life I lived. Some days I blamed myself. Maybe I wasn't beautiful enough. Maybe I wasn't educated enough. Maybe success changed him because I didn't grow with him. But slowly, I began to see the truth. I didn't lose Daniel because I lacked value. I lost him because he forgot mine. I decided to start again. Not for revenge. For survival. I enrolled in a professional training program using the little savings I had left. It wasn't easy. Sometimes I trekked long distances to save transport money. Sometimes I skipped meals again. But this time, I was doing it for myself. And something strange happened. I started smiling again. Real smiles. The kind that come from peace, not dependence. Months passed. Then 1 year. My life slowly changed. I got a stable job. Made new friends. Moved into a better apartment. For the first time in years, I felt proud of myself, not because of a man, but because of who I was becoming. Then, one afternoon, my phone rang. An unknown number. I almost didn't pick. "Hello." There was silence on the other end. Then a familiar voice. "Amara." My stomach tightened instantly. "Daniel." I hadn't heard his voice in over a year. "You changed your number," he said softly. "Yes." There was another silence. Then he spoke again. "I made a mistake." I closed my eyes. Those 4 words. The words many women secretly wait to hear. But strangely, they meant nothing to me anymore. "What happened?" I asked calmly. He hesitated. "Things are not how I expected." Of course they weren't. Life has a way of teaching lessons pride refuses to learn. He explained slowly. The marriage with Vivian wasn't peaceful. Constant arguments. Distrust. Accusations. The same laughter that once attracted him now irritated him. I didn't realize what I had until I lost you, he said. I looked around my apartment, my space, my peace, my growth. For the first time, I saw clearly. I hadn't lost him. I had survived him. Amara, can we start again? He asked quietly. The old version of me would have said yes immediately. The girl under the kiosk in the rain. The girl who sacrificed everything. But that girl no longer existed. I smiled softly. Not out of bitterness. Out of closure. Daniel, I said gently, I forgive you. He exhaled in relief. Then I continued. But I'm not coming back. Silence. Heavy silence. I finally learned how to love myself, I added. And I won't abandon myself again. I ended the call peacefully. No anger. No tears. Just freedom. That evening, I stood by my window watching the Lego sunset. The sky burned orange and gold. Beautiful. Strong. Unapologetic. Just like the woman I had become. I realized something important. Sometimes heartbreak is not the end of your story. Sometimes it is the beginning of the life you were meant to live. Daniel didn't destroy me. He revealed me. And as I closed my curtains and turned off the lights, I smiled. Not because I got my husband back, but because I finally got myself back.